Sometimes even the best laid out UVs will give you the resolution you want. You try baking this and what you end up with is this, which is definitely a little low res for my liking. And in such cases, the best solution would be to use a trim sheet. Trim sheet is something that lots of people talk about, and there's plenty of tutorials around how to make them online, so I'm not going to explain how you can create a very nice one, because that's not something I can actually do. I'm just going to show you how to use it in GamiFlow. In case you don't know what it is, a trim sheet is just a pre-made material with some little details in it. For example, here I've got some bolts and stuff and some little bevels, and it's usually tileable at least in one direction for some parts. And what you do is you just apply it to bits of geometry that float on the surface of your main mesh. And what it gives you is something that you can reuse in lots of parts and even lots of different projects. So once you get that going, it can be a massive productivity boost. So using a trim sheet in GamiFlow is pretty easy. All you have to do is make some quads. Let's go back here, go back to the working set. So I've got some quads here. I've given them a shrink wrap modifier just to help a little bit. I've applied the material. And now what we have to do is, well, first in the UVs, so we've got all the squads, we can select the UVs and then move them just to select which feature we want. Do we want this or that? Doesn't matter, you choose, you can easily change it. That's the beauty of trim sheet. And then we're going to go in the object settings. In the bake settings, we're going to change the type from standard to non-baked and untick include self. And this just means that GamiFlow will mostly ignore this object. It's not going to try to change its UVs and pack everything together. It's not going to give it a special material or anything like that. So Painter will never see this object. And all we have is that if we go and look at the final mesh, it will be there. And it will be merged with the rest, even though it's a different material and everything. But it's there. And it just works. So now you get unlimited resolution on tiny details.